الله وجود قدم بقى مخالفته للحوادث قيامه بنفسه وحدانية قدرة إرادة علم حي سمع بصر كلام قادرا مريدا عالما حيا سميعا بصيرا متكلما الله 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 الله.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. الحمد لله وصلى الله تعالى وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه. Inshallah, we're going to continue with our forfeit. We were talking about how medicines fall into the category. Does anyone want to say, inshallah, anyone remember the category that the ulama classify medicines as being in? Nadari, right? Of what kind of hukum out of the three? Al-hukum, look at the paper, it's no problem, it's not a test like that.
Vary.
Dari?
حكم العادة النظر حكم العادة
Yeah. What kind of hukum is it? It's a hukum al-'ada, exactly, and it is nadari, which means it is speculative. It came after contemplation, after research. A person's basically not born knowing it. There's some information Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created people knowing instinctively. We're like a little baby. The person take ice cream cone to a little baby and lick a bit, some of it, the baby start crying, right? Why did baby start crying? Allah created baby with an instinct to know that you licking that ice cream made it less than it was before. And not only that, that thing belongs to a baby as far as the baby was concerned, right? You know what I'm saying? So the baby feel like you took what was mine, one, because you subtracted something that belonged to me, you know what I'm saying? And now it's less than it was before too, because you left me with less than I had when I started off. You know, so even a baby knows that. If a person gave a baby a bag full of candy, the baby's happy, right? And you take one piece of candy out the bag, baby start crying. Why did baby start crying? He knows that a part being taken from the whole makes the whole less, makes the whole decrease in volume from what it was when that part was still in there. So you taking a piece of candy out the bag from the baby makes baby start. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us some instinctive knowledge, like He gave to monkeys and other things too. They come out basically knowing how to walk, how to stand on all fours and all kinds of stuff. He's like, subhanallah, that baby automatically knew how to do that. Babies born, mammals especially, born knowing how to drink milk, knowing how to suckle, as soon as they come out. So the ulama say that if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala willed, He could have made all of the what's called al-ilm al-hadith or al-ulum al-haditha, which means the created knowledge. Allah Ta'ala could have made all the created knowledge instinctive if He will, but we don't have to learn anything. There's nothing to learn. Allah could have made all of that already programmed in us when we're born. But Allah Ta'ala didn't make it like that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it that some things that we know, some pieces of information we have and we know, and then other things we have to learn, we have to acquire, throughout time. Also, it's not mustahil, but it's jaiz. It is logically possible, it is rationally possible that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala could have made all of our movements and all of our actions ittirariya, meaning that we do them by compulsion. We don't do them by choice. Allah could have took the ikhtiyar from us, if you will. Like we have free will. Allah could have made it that we don't have free will, we don't have a choice. Just like our hearts beat without a choice, like we can't control how fast or slow it's beating. Person have high blood pressure, they can't make their heart slow down, can't make the high blood pressure stop. You know what I'm saying? They can't, when they get excited, they can't calm themselves by themselves. Without taking a medicine or taking something that Allah Ta'ala will create the effect of calm in. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, He could have made our movements ittirariyah. He could have made it that we're forced to do the things that we do, that we have no choice, we have no ikhtiyar, we have no will or power, but we're made to do it by force. But Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala didn't make it like that. Allah Ta'ala made it that some information we know when we're born and we learn other information through our life. Allah Ta'ala made it that some parts of our body we have no control over. They will do action whether we're awake or we're asleep, whether we want it to or not. Heart will beat as long as you have life. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're asleep, whether you're awake, whether you're thinking about it, whether you're not thinking about it, the heart will beat as long as Allah will for you to live here. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. But Allah could have made all the movements like that, but He didn't. He made some things happen without our will or without even our knowledge sometimes, and He made other things to be through our will, through our intention, through our action, through our own work, through our choice. Right? So this is a very, and I told y'all before, the way that the Ahlus Sunnah break down the Aqeedah is the most scientific on the face of the earth. So that's why we had to make a lot of dua before starting this class, ask Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, check things twice and 3 times and 4 times, because this is really some deep stuff. I promise to give y'all meat. You know, I hope this is meat for y'all, inshallah, and that y'all go home and digest this, because this is the real thing right here. So we have daruri and badihi. We already mentioned, that's common sense, obvious, self-evident, right? Something which is recognized without any calculation or contemplation, basically a no-brainer. Then we have nadari, which is opposite of the first, speculative or contemplative, something which requires thought and contemplation and brain work to be recognized. And now I try to make that in the most clearest in language as possible, clearest English as possible, inshallah, so everyone can understand and grasp it. You know, if anyone don't know higher than that, they can use bigger words and harder words, but that's not the point. To make it too complicated, the person can't get it. You know what I mean? So the medicine science is hukm al-'ada nadari, is a person basically using speculative knowledge that came through research, that this happens over and over and over again, that these type of chemicals, these type of herbs, they have this effect. That's what most of the medicine comes from, that category of judgments. Examples of rational judgments. Now, because things are understood best through example as opposed to just words and rhetoric, a person learns better by seeing examples or hearing examples of a thing to illustrate the idea in the person's mind. Examples of the rational judgments is page 2. As has preceded, the rational judgments are 3. They are necessary, wajib, impossible, mustahil, and possible, jaiz. Each of them also has 2 types. 1, daruri, also called badihi, meaning obvious or self-evident. And 2, nadari, meaning speculative or requiring thought. Since people learn concepts easier through examples than mere speech. And 3 multiplied by 2 is 6. We will provide 6 types of examples below. Okay? Huh? I'm on page 2, halfway down. Yeah. Yeah. On the new one. That's the new one. Okay. I'm on the examples now. The first example. Now all of these, remember, all of these are from al-hukm al-aqli, the intellectual judgments of things. It's not the hukm al-shar'i, which is based on a legislator legislating a rule. That rule is what it is. Or repetition, or hukm al-'ada, right? This is not hukm al-'ada based on repetition, and this is not al-hukm al-shar'i, which is based on the legislation of a legislator. This is based on speculative analysis. A person thinking and pondering and contemplating on things as they are. These are the results a person will come up with. And understanding these is understanding how to approach the science of theology. Okay? So we come here. As has, the first one. Examples that fall into the category of the obvious necessity, wajib, daruri, are 1. 1 is half of 2, right? That is an obvious necessity. That's wajib, meaning it's a necessity, and it is obvious. It is daruri. It doesn't take thought for a person to know that 1 is half of 2. Right? 1 is half of 2, that's easy. A part of something is less than the whole. That's another example of that. Another example, an existing physical object occupies space. A physical object, if it exists, it's going to occupy space. It's going to be someplace. It can't exist and be a physical object and not occupy space, right? Okay, an existing physical object must either be moving or still. Remember I told you Habibi, you know what I'm saying, my beloved, my dear brother, I told you, this is the night where the anthropomorphists are going to cry tonight. Because I didn't come here to, to butter it up and make it sweet for nobody. The anthropomorphists, the ones who liken Allah to the creation, they're going to understand now why we not them.